Hi, this is Mel. I hope all of you are doing awesome. Today I'm going to read some more articles. Yes, I will read the Vogue Fashion magazine one of these days. So, this article is from the same book which I am trying to finish up, but it has many more short articles. I'll keep reading them. It's Coming Home, Timeless Wisdom for Families by Dr. James Dobson. Have you ever stopped to consider just how effectively children's traditional literature teaches kids, and especially little girls, that they must be beautiful or else? Many of the old stories center around physical attractiveness in one form or another. Take, for example, The Ugly Duckling. This is a story about an unhappy little bird who was rejected by the better looking ducks. Fortunately for him, he had a beautiful swan inside that surfaced in young adulthood. The story does not mention the ugly duckling who grew up to be an ugly duck. Then there's Sleeping Beauty, who wasn't she called Sleeping Ugly because the prince wouldn't have wakened her with a gentle kiss. He would have let a homely little princess go on resting. How about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Rudolph had a weird nose that caused his little reindeer friends to laugh and call him names. They wouldn't let poor Rudolph join in the reindeer games. This story has nothing to do with reindeer, it has everything to do with children. This is how they treat physically peculiar. Don't forget Snow White, who was resented by the evil queen. That's why she asked the question, Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? The queen was green with envy over Snow White's stunning beauty. And how about Dumbo the elephant? Dumbo was ridiculed for having big floppy ears until he used them to fly. Then there is the all-time favorite Cinderella. It wasn't the carriage and the horse that shook up the prince when she arrived at the ball. You can bet Cinderella was a pretty little thing. These age-old stories are fun to read, and many generations of children have loved them, but we should understand their hidden message. Even if we continue to share them, there's a serious side to the emphasis on beauty in the literature of the young little girls, especially. You can begin to believe that those who are unattractive are unworthy as human beings. This is a very destructive idea. Now, this little article is so true. It is very true, and I have seen it over and over again. Young children, young girls, always so much stressing on their physical appearance and beauty, and they do not really stress about their inner beauty, intelligence, knowledge, the charming personality, all these things. They do not focus, they focus more of outer beauty, and which is due to, again, the media, the television, the all other sources of media which they visualize. So we have to limit their watching these things so that they don't constantly being bombarded with all kinds of messages which aren't really true. So this was a nice article titled Happily Ever After. I've been enjoying this book. The writer really has a lot of good things to. The next article name is Fame. Society's fascination with Hollywood and celebrities has gone a little crazy. Millions idolize those who have achieved fame and fortune, but stardom does not provide the satisfaction that it advertises. Marilyn Monroe could have told us that. Consider the adoration and respect accorded to Muhammad Ali in his prime. He was known around the world as the prize fighter who could not be beaten. His picture appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated more times than any athlete in the history. Wherever he went, the cameras followed. Today, though, it is a different story. Sports writer Gary Smith spent some time with the ailing fighter at his home and asked to see his trophy room. Ali escorted him to a dark, damp barn beside his house. There, leaning against one wall, was a board displaying mementos, photos from the thriller in Manila, pictures of Ali dancing and punching and hosting championship bells over his head. But the pictures were smeared with white streaks. Pigeons had made their home in the rafters. Ali picked up the board and turned it around, face to the wall. Then he started to leave. Smith heard him mumble, "I had the world and it wasn't nothing. Look now." Fame is fleeting, even for those few who achieved it. If that is where you are searching for meaning, you are not likely to find it. So that is true. Fame is so temporary. Next one is called The Game of Life. When my daughter Danny was a teenager, she came home one day and said, "Hey Dad, there's a great new game out. I think you'll like it. It's called Monopoly." I just smiled. We gathered the family together and set up the board. It didn't take the kids long to figure out that old dad had played this game before. I soon owned all the best properties, including Boardwalk and Park Place. I even had Batlick and Mediterranean. My kids were screaming, and I was loving every minute of it. About midnight, I foreclosed on the last property and did a little victory dance. My family wasn't impressed. They went to bed and made me put the game away. As I began putting all of my money back in the box, a very empty feeling came over me. Everything that I had accumulated was gone. The excitement over riches was just an illusion. And then it occurred to me, hey, that isn't just the game of Monopoly that has caught my attention. This is the game of life. You sweat and strain and get ahead. But then one day, after a little chest pain or a wrong change of lanes on the freeway, the game ends. It all goes back in the box. You leave this world just as naked as the day you came into it. I once saw a bumper sticker that proclaimed, "He who dies with the most toys wins." That's wrong. It should say, "He who dies with the most toys dies anyway." That is so true. That is what I keep telling. It doesn't matter how famous a person is or how much money he accumulated or she accumulated. At the end, we all have to go without any clothes, naked, nude, whatever English you prefer. But that is the truth, because we come and then we gather. And then we fight over gathering these things. It's mine, it's yours, no, you can't have it. And then one day we must leave it all and go. And we don't even know when is that day is gonna be. So yeah, it was beautiful article. All of the articles in this book is really good. It's as if the writer had similar thinking like me. Thank you so much. So I'm done with my 3 article. I usually read 3 articles because if I make the video too long, people wouldn't watch it. So I will just stick to 3 articles. And yes, I will read the book again. Okay, thank you.